Will talked about the oncology floor, 5th floor at Chalk Hospital here locally. I don't know how many of you have seen a doctor sit on a whoopee cushion at the end of a patient's bed, or walk down the halls of the 5th floor and see brown Play-Doh droppings on nurses and doctors' desks that line the hall. Well, thanks to the supplies that the Joy Jars gave my daughter Brynn, or our daughter Brynn, she would dig out whatever she could find and play pranks on the hospital staff. She tried to find joy in every moment. But let me clarify: the Joy Jars aren't, jars full of pranks. But Brynn, that's the angle Brynn took with them. So Brynn, our daughter, Brynn, she wanted to be here so bad. Last year at this time, 2 years ago, we were all here together as a family. It was the last time we were here together. She fiercely battled cancer for 5 years, and went to heaven April 7th this past year. Up until the last week of her battle, when she was on a breathing machine, she fought on a daily basis to live as a normal childhood as possible, finding and choosing joyful moments every day. As any parent would, we searched to the ends of the earth for a cure and advocated for her until her last breath. At the same time as letting Brynn be our guide, our family made a conscious decision from the beginning to live life as full as possible amidst our circumstances. And the Jesse Reese Foundation was there from the very beginning to encourage us to do so, literally right out of the gate. Brynn was diagnosed in the middle of December. Within days, there was a NEGU team member walked down the hall and had some gifts for us, including Hope for the Holidays gift that Stacy was just talking about. And in that backpack of goodies was Brynn's first Joy Jar. And as you heard so many times tonight, we did not feel alone. We felt seen in the very beginning of our journey. There was light in the darkness. NEGU helped set the tone for what Brynn and our family would do over the next 5 years, which was to never, ever give up, or NEGU. So Brynn and our family, again, with Brynn's lead, we embraced this never give up mindset from the beginning. Within the first few months of treatment, when Brynn told her doctor that she still wanted to go skiing, we had planned a ski day before she was diagnosed. Her doctor looked a little confused at us and said, okay. So packing up Brynn and taping her PICC leg, which her chemo was being administered through. In between chemo sessions, we made a local trip to the mountains to go skiing, bringing Brynn a lot of joy. This was the first of many activities over the 5 years that I think filled Brynn's Joy Jar, from international travel to visit family, to physical therapy on horseback, to trips to the House of Hope, backyard parties with supplies provided by NEGU, to days here at Disneyland, pranks at the hospital, to jokes. Brynn would write jokes on her chest and back before major chest surgeries. To the recording of silly videos with her cousins on her YouTube channel. To dates with her NEGU besties. She sought out joyful experiences and relationships with people in amongst the most painful of days. NEGU was there supporting us, including to this day. They're still supporting us as we're in immense pain. But we learned that joy is not the absence of pain or suffering. We learned that joy is a choice. It's a conscious decision to find happiness in relationships, in experiences, and ultimately in our faith in God. And we learned as we accepted the reality of our circumstances, both joy and pain could exist at the same time. And it sure is better when there's joy in the room.
It's been mentioned by Eric and Jeremy, but this time last year, Brynn had been in and out of the hospital since mid-February, with her health rapidly failing. With the support of oxygen, we were able to go home for a day here and there, but we always ended up back at our local hospital, Children's Hospital of Orange County. On the night of the NEGU Gala last year, we happened to be home, but Brynn was too weak to make it to the event. Instead, she and I sat in my bed watching a video that Eric had sent us. A video of all of you, this incredible audience, cheering her on and encouraging her to never ever give up. Brynn and I were both in tears. She was completely devastated to be missing her favorite event of the year. She hugged me tightly through her tears and said, "Mom, I'm so disappointed." I wait all year for the NEGU Gala, and now I have to wait for an entire year longer. For Brynn, it wasn't about missing a great party. She wasn't upset because of the decorations or the fancy dresses. She was upset because she was missing an evening with some of her favorite people, the staff at NEGU, and other courageous families who understood her journey. NEGU wasn't just an organization to Brynn. It was like a second home. 6 years ago, when Brynn was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, she received her very first joy jar in the ICU. From that moment on, joy jars became something she looked forward to every month as we navigated hospital stays and treatments. But more importantly, the first joy jar was the beginning of a life-changing relationship with the NEGU team. Over the past 6 years, the Jesse Reese Foundation became a true lifeline for Brynn. It provided her with hope, joy, friendship, and encouragement when she needed it the most. And as years went on, Brynn grew from being a recipient of joy jars to someone who wanted to be a part of NEGU and Jesse's mission, even in the midst of her own battle. Brynn wanted to be at every event. She volunteered at the annual NEGU golf tournament, even when she was in treatment. She gathered her closest friends and stuffed joy jars at the Joy Factory just 10 days after brain surgery. She delivered joy jars to other children at Chalk and received so much joy when one recipient looked at her after receiving a jar and asked, "Can I give you a hug?" She scheduled time to make birthday joy jars for other courageous kids. And on so many of our long, exhausting hospital days, Brynn would beg me, "Mom, can we please stop at NEGU before we go to the hospital? Can we go after treatment, just for a little bit? I have a great prank I want to do at NEGU." Because for Brynn, NEGU wasn't about joy jars. It was about being loved. It was about laughter and joy. It was about community and belonging. It was a place that made her feel fully accepted, where she could be her truest self. I recently had a picture come to my mind of Brynn meeting Jesse in heaven. And I imagined Brynn finding Jesse and telling her all the updates on NEGU and how much it has grown and how many lives have been touched since Jesse was here and her mission began. To close, I want to share a message that I found after Brynn had passed that she sent to Club NEGU through the app. This was April 2022 at 10 years old. Hi, it's Brynn Wheeler. I need to get healed soon. And I really hate cancer. And I also really hope I can get better soon. I think everybody that has cancer hates it. I also hope all the other kids get joy jars and get better. This was Brynn. Even in her hardest moments, she wasn't just thinking about herself. She was thinking about other kids, hoping they too would feel the same joy and encouragement she felt from NEGU. Thank you, Team NEGU, for bringing so much joy into her life and our family's life. Thank you for keeping Jesse's mission alive, because it truly makes a difference. Thank you for always holding hope with us. Thank you for giving my daughter joy in her darkest days and reminding all of us to never ever give up.